What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Buy Low, Sell Shy. I'm your host Shy, and in this video I'm going to do a public announcement service here. I had some very large items in my store, which you guys might also have large items or come across large items, and you're wondering, how do we sell something big or awkward, like a bike, like a fish-mounted taxidermy, or in this case, in this example, we're going to do a hockey stick. How do you ship that and not get ripped off as a seller? Meaning, how do you put the pricing in correctly? And if you live by a FedEx store, which is where I live, I mean, it's like 2 minutes away. I went in and asked them yesterday. I said, "Hey, I've got this really large item. Let's say it's a mounted fish, like taxidermy. Do you guys pack the item, or do you sell boxes? Because I don't want to Frankenstein a box. I mean, it'll take me like an hour. So I wanted to get this message across to you guys that do sell on eBay, or if you do have larger items. And I've had all my larger items for on eBay for well over a month now. And I've had some interested buyers, but I only offer local pickup. And in this case, in this particular example, I'm gonna show you how I basically put a hockey stick here. It's a signed Bobby Hull hockey stick. So let me move this screen over here so you guys can see it. But how do you basically either create a listing, or in this case, I'm going to revise a listing to offer shipping. So let's move the item over so you guys can see it. So here it is. It's a 2008 Bobby Hull and Stan Mikita Knight signed numbered hockey stick, 14 out of 500. And this is not mine. This is my neighbor Larry's. So he gave me some larger items that he had laying around that he wants to get rid of. And I noticed just offering local pickup for a hockey stick is not the most enticing way to sell an item on eBay, because you're kind of limiting yourself to someone that lives, within 100 miles, which in a case like this, like, you would think that my buyer would most likely live in the Chicagoland area, but really haven't got any bites on it whatsoever. And I noticed another seller has theirs listed for like $400. So I have mine on sale for $299 with best offer. And Larry just wants to get rid of this. So I said, hey, I'm going to go to the FedEx store, ask them some questions if they offer a box. I don't have a box this big. I mean, I kind of do, but it would be like awkward. The box would be like a little too large. I don't think you ship something like this USPS. I think you're better off shipping something specialty size like this via FedEx, just because the FedEx drivers have bigger trucks. Whereas the post office, they have their small mail delivery truck for first class mail, and sometimes they dump, the packages inside those, but the smaller ones. And then like the larger packages, you're kind of limiting your post office what they have available, because not all post office have the larger trucks to deliver stuff. So anyways, I'm going to revise this listing, kind of walk you through it. So right now, I'm just offering a local pickup only from Elk Grove Village here where I live. So we're going to revise the listing. And again, this is to help you guys basically get your item out to more interested buyers that they really want to buy it, but they don't want to pick it up. I mean, it's just too much of a pain in the butt. And then I'm going to show you like the prices with FedEx, what they charge for boxes and stuff. So let's do a nice informative video here. So here we have our item. It's $299, and I currently have it on local pickup only. And this is like, eBay's not the most user friendly when it comes to this, so you kind of have to create your own. So if you've been on eBay a while, like I've been on eBay for over 20 years, it just blasts you with like all these different options, because it's like, before there was USPS ground, there was first class, there was parcel, and that's all changed. So I've got a lot of shipping policies, which is kind of insane in the membrane. So let's go to, well, we don't want to offer free shipping on this. So we'll do FedEx, fish, local pickup, or shipping. So this is the one I created, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to edit the policy. Okay. So in this case, for like this hockey stick, if I don't have a box, I'm most likely going to purchase a box from FedEx. So we want to go to a couple things. First, you want to select your primary service, and you don't want to offer free shipping, but you basically want to put like a flat amount where it's enough to cover if you have to purchase a box from FedEx or have FedEx professionally package it for you. If you don't have the skill set or you don't have the bubble wrap, you don't want to do a half-assed job when shipping an expensive item or a larger item, because you want the item to arrive safely. So you will want to put a flat rate here, so that way when your buyer is in the listing, they'll see like, okay, I can either pick it up or pay $100 and this guy will ship this, hockey stick to me. So, and I'd probably have to buy a box, which I'll show you what that cost is. So you pick your FedEx ground. You want to put the amount here that is, fair to you and fair to the buyer. Now, granted, if this thing shipped to, Hawaii or Puerto Rico, or, if you live in Illinois, you ship it to California, it's going to cost more. So you want to put a flat number here that's safe for you as the seller, where if you've got to buy packing material, you've got to buy a box from FedEx or want to pay them to professionally wrap it, plus what it's going to cost to ship from your zip code to your buyer's zip code, you want to put a safe number in here. And then you also, on a larger item, you want to add local pickup. So if I didn't have this checked, the only option would be the buyer pays $100 and they can't pick it up. But I do want to offer free local pickup in case someone locally here wants to just pick up this hockey stick, and then I don't have to go to the FedEx store and get a custom box and have them wrap it, blah, blah, blah. You do want to adjust your handling time. So my handling time on all my other items is same day. But for larger items, I want to do a 1 business day handling time. You guys can set it up for however long you want. Just keep in mind, the more business days you put on there, the less enticing it is to the buyer, because, people, when they buy stuff, they want it right away. So put a realistic handling time that works for you. So in this case, if the guy did, or the person did buy this item, I'd have to go to FedEx. If they buy it later in the afternoon, my FedEx store closes like at 5. So I'd have to go the next day. So you never want to offer same day for something that might require custom packaging. So anyways, you save this, and now we've got FedEx. I know it says fish local pickup, and I have that because I have 2 larger taxidermy items that I'm selling for my neighbor Larry. But you want to get it all saved. I put a little 2% in there, and now we want to revise it. Okay, so once we revise it, you can now view the listing, and this is what it should look like. So as I see $299.99 or best offer. I'm currently running a sale 25% off. And now we offer two options: free local pickup, or the buyer pays $100 shipping and they get it within 2 to 4 days. Okay, so let's say this buyer, let's say a buyer purchases this item, let me show you this here. Let's say they buy this bike. Okay, I have an actual bike, a Schwinn bicycle from 1963 that I had no intentions of shipping because it's so big and bulky, but I probably could fit this in my vehicle to FedEx with this bike. I basically could ride this bike to my FedEx. Okay, so let's say a buyer buys this item for $350, and they decide to pay for shipping. Okay, so how are you going to ship a bike, man? A bike's huge, right? Hockey stick's a pain in the butt. A fish taxidermy, a mounted fish is a pain in the butt. So I didn't know this until I went to my FedEx store the other day to drop off an item. Even if you have like framed artwork, stuff like that, they actually sell boxes. So here for a bike, they offer a bike box. So it's 54 by 8 by 28. It's a very large box. And there's 2 options. You can $16 just buy the box and package it yourself. For $25.49, I basically can ride this bike over to my FedEx store, which would probably be like a 5-minute bike ride. And I would pay FedEx, an employee there, $25.49 plus whatever it costs to create the shipping label to ship from my zip code, which is 6007, to whoever is buying this bike, right? So that's why I put $100 on the shipping service as a flat rate, because I don't have a box. I don't have a bike box and I don't want to store a bike box in my house. Okay, and I get it. Like, I'll keep like boxes and packaging for smaller items, or like if I order something online and they send me a box. But dude, who wants to keep a ginormous bike box uh, ready to ship out? Like, dude, why would you do that, right? And what if someone does a local pickup? Now I'm stuck with this big old bike box. Uh, Sitting in my house and gathering dust, and you know how boxes are. If they lay around long enough, they start falling apart, or they get spiders and all kinds of stuff on it. But I just wanted to show this to you guys because a lot of you are probably like me, where you were just like, you know what, this thing's too big, it's a pain in the butt. Um, Even like golf club tubes. I know people will buy golf club tubes, or they'll go to like the local golf place and just, you know, say, hey, do you got any extra boxes laying around? Like, dude, I mean, if you're going to sell a golf club, make sure it's expensive enough, because that box is $7.50. But again, you could, on a golf club, you can offer someone, you know, all right, if you want to not pick this golf club up, you just want to make sure you price in what your materials will cost. So an entire golf bag, a bike box, a guitar box, which is cool. Those are pretty big. Two-piece telescoping box. So that would be for something that's very, very long. Flat panel TV box. Framed art. You guys might have art that you're just super afraid of shipping. So they have a system here with air float. So basically, there's air floating in between the actual box itself, and they're expensive: 45, 65, 120, 260. So obviously, you'd want to make sure it's something of really great value, because you're going to be adding these costs. You don't want to eat these costs. This is what they charge. They won't pack, though, if you notice. FedEx will not professionally package these items. They'll just give you the box. But for a guitar, for a bike, for a golf club, for a golf club bag, they actually will package these items for you. Now, a lot of people think like, well, why would I want to pay them, you know, $9 or whatever, $9.49? Well, dude, have you ever shipped a bike? I haven't. I've shipped like larger items, and I always think like, as I'm packaging that, I'm like, why am I wasting my time packaging this item when I could be listing something right now? You know, so if I were actually to just buy this bike box and package it myself, it'd probably take me a good 30 minutes, maybe an hour, because you might have to take the handlebar off to fit it right. You might have to take the pedals off. So leave that up to FedEx. I would say it's well worth the $9.59. I don't know what this price for fragile packaging is. Maybe they just add a little bit more foam or whatever to it. Um, so maybe it's like going to be $32 is the flat rate with the bubble wrap and all whatever other stuff they're putting in there. But for the hockey stick, it would probably have to be um, it'd probably have to be a two-piece telescoping box. Again, I don't know if that's wide enough. It probably is. So I would say $10. So I would basically go to the FedEx store, buy this for $10, and package the hockey stick myself, which is pretty simple. You know, I would just bubble wrap it. Um, but if you have framed art, electronics, okay, like let's say you have a large, well, here, I don't know if they have actual, I don't see any big boxes. They have it for small electronics, but let's say you got like a receiver or a CD player, you know, something of value. You probably have to pick up this box here, heavy duty double walled box, okay, for $10. That's probably something you would ship a receiver in. So again, you don't need to have these boxes prepaid. I'm sure you can get a better deal if you bought them in bulk, but let's say you only come across like one receiver or an amplifier or tube amp, and now you want to offer like a really professional way of shipping it. Just go buy your box from your local FedEx store. So again, so I've updated my listing on this bike. So now it's not just local pickup, although I am putting this on the driveway of my garage sale every week. So hopefully we'll get a buyer on it. But this bike's really nice, man. It's a 63. It's all original. I spent literally 6 hours just polishing all this chrome, polishing the inside of the spokes, like everything. And it was a lot of work, but I did it to kind of learn in case I ever run across something like this where it, you know, if I bought a bike like this for $20, is it worth my 5, 6 hours of time cleaning it up? Probably not, but I just wanted to do it myself to kind of learn that process. But now that I offer shipping as an option for $100, so that basically will entail me buying this bike box, and literally I'll just have FedEx do it for me for $32. So I'll be, as a seller, paying $32 to have them provide the box and pack up the bike for me, and then whatever the cost it is to ship this bike to the future buyer, that hopefully that remaining whatever $68 will be enough to cover the actual shipping costs. All right, so you got $32 for them packaging. I would just ride the bike to my FedEx, and then that would leave me with $68 for the actual shipping itself. So I might lose money. I might gain money. It might only cost $40 to ship a large item like this via FedEx. Probably is going to cost at least $50. So I probably won't be making money on that. So you do want to keep that in mind when you're pricing out your item. And then real quick, I wanted to show you the taxidermy. So this is the actual fish here. All right. So he caught this thing. This thing's awesome. But basically, instead of now offering local pickup, now this item is very fragile. It's not, it's designed just to hang, okay, to display. And it is a beautiful, beautiful piece of taxidermy. So now we're offering, for $100, that person, instead of just doing free local pickup, that future buyer can pay the $100 and we'll ship it to them. But I'll most likely have to go to FedEx and purchase a box that's large enough to fit this item. Let's see what the measurement is. I mean, it's 51 inches, so yeah, I don't even know if they sell a box that large. But I did speak to the FedEx rep. They do offer custom boxes as well. So they have like these really long sheets that they can ship very large items in. So here is custom box options. So you can basically they sell like these really long sheets, and then they can just basically create a box for you. So I'm assuming I don't have a box this big, but I'd be bubble wrapping the crap out of it and probably paying like $30 for the box, because again, FedEx will not professionally wrap taxidermy. That was on their list, but they will wrap the bike and they will wrap a golf club or a hockey stick, no problem. So again, you have to decide, is it worth it to you spending your time and money? Again, I have the bubble wrap. If you don't have the box, you can buy it from the box, but you know what? If you're already there at FedEx and you're buying the box, you'd have to then take the box home and wrap it, or just bring your item, have them wrap it, and it's a done deal. And then just ship it out of there if you want. Now again, you have to also decide, is it cheaper to ship it UPS? Is it cheaper to ship it through the post office? But I would say a larger item, you're probably safer through FedEx. So again, I know not everyone has large items, but I just wanted to provide this video to help you guys out in case you do have larger items in your store that are of value, that are worth shipping out. And I don't want you guys to miss the boat. Like, I feel like we have been missing the boat the last month or 45 days offering these items and not offering shipping because we're just scared of shipping it. But at the end of the day, as long as you have the correct size box and you are not getting ripped off as a seller, but you're also not ripping off your buyer, they got to understand, like, something like this does, entail professional wrapping, a custom sized box. They know anyone that buys something like this, but it's saving them the gas money. And my neighbor Larry is willing to meet someone, within a 100-mile radius. But again, how does that going to help if someone wants this, that lives in Canada, for example, or whatever. So appreciate you guys watching my channel today. Wanted to just get this message across because I feel like a lot of people don't share how to do this on eBay the proper way. And again, if you make a mistake or if you don't list it properly, you're going to end up paying a lot of money for something that you thought like, oh, $50 is covering it. It's like, or you just offer the calculated shipping, but then you don't realize as the seller, like, whoa, I don't have a box that's big enough to fit this, or I don't have the bubble wrap. And now you're out there scrambling, looking for a place that sells boxes. So that's why I'm recommending the FedEx store if you've got one by you. I don't think they have boxes this large, at a Walmart or Target, or definitely not your dollar store. Which is like a $1.50 store now. So I don't want you guys to lose money when you have a buyer interested in buying your item and you ship it out. So appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you in the next one. And please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if this helped you out. Bye-bye.